I did a trip with with Sacha. We did a trip. We were shooting for the Sunday Times, and it was a cruise that left from Venice and went all around Italy to Nice. You know, it was like a week or 10 days, and we made stops along the way. We stopped in Yugoslavia, Greece, Tunisia, Sardinia, and the last stop we made was Portofino in Italy. Yeah, I've been on a boat for like the whole week. It was kind of, and I wanted to see, you know, once you're on the boat for a while, the fun is really getting places and seeing different places. So when we got to Portofino, the seas were kind of rough, so we couldn't go into the port because this is a big cruise ship. So we had to stay maybe a mile offshore. But the seas were really rough. So they were saying, like, anybody who wants to go ashore, you know, we have a little boat that can take you there and pick you back up. Nobody really wanted to go, except for moi and one of the cooks, this Italian guy. He was working on the bar. He's like, you know, I think he knew people. He knew the place. He's like, okay, I'll show you around. So the two of us went, and we ended up in this bar, drinking. Pretty. I think we went overboard a little bit. I drank too much, and we lost track of time. So at some point, we're like, it's now, I don't know, midnight. We got to get back to the boat. You know, this boat is leaving, and you know, it was probably, I don't know, maybe it was too late, so we kind of rushed. When we got to the port, we were too late. The shuttle had already left, and we were like, well, he was freaking out. We were both freaking out because we were like, you know, we need to be on this boat. Like, I have to work. He had to work. We had responsibilities. So there was somebody there. There was some fishing boats or whatever, and one of them was like, you know, I can probably bring you there. Let me radio the ship and tell them that I have 2 passengers. And the ship, they were like, well, okay, if you can bring him, you know, we'll wait for you. Because they would sail at night. They were ready to take off, right? So we went on this little fishing boat out a mile offshore to this is, I don't know, have you seen those boats, these boats, you know, these cruise ships? This was one of the biggest ones at the time. It was a new boat. They're huge. They're like 10-story buildings. So we got there in this little dinky boat, and I look up. There's nothing. I'm like, how do we get, you know, we need to get on board. So these guys on the cruise ship, they threw out a rope ladder from like way up. Mm-hmm. And like,
I've seen it in the movies, yeah.
So, and I knew it was one rope ladder, but I actually saw 2, which was kind of a problem because I was like, I had some major double vision. So I had to, drunk as a skunk, I had to climb up this rope ladder in wild seas. I mean, our boat was going like this. I mean, this big boat was probably pretty stable, but everything was moving, and I was like, I did make it up, obviously, I'm here. But if I think back, that's probably the time that I could have easily just grabbed the wrong rope ladder and disappeared into the waves and never to be seen again. That was a close call, yeah.